way. What we're really trying to find out is how do things change over time? They change slowly over time as a whole system. So we're seeing millimeter level trends over the course of many years. However, the ocean is very dynamic, and knowing what's happening in the regional space is very, very different, and it changes within hours. So really understanding what's happening within hours is very, very important. So even with the best models that have now been created, they still need data to actually inform and train those models. Understanding what's happening with the full water cycle, whether it's freshwater, coastal, and the oceans, is very, very important to be able to literally affect what's happening with agriculture, the cleanliness of our water, the availability of our water, and also the economics of what's happening with the displacement of water and where it's needed. And there's too much of it in short amounts of times, which cause disasters like floods, to very on the opposite scale, where there's too little and we have droughts and tremendous impacts with the lack of water. Having a measurement really is important towards understanding what's happening with the ocean, both in real time, but also in terms of forecasting, because it really impacts how we live in everyday life along the coast, but also in terms of what happens in the ocean and on the ocean, whether it's with shipping, navigation, and especially with how the ocean is interacting with the atmosphere towards these sorts of extreme events like hurricanes.
So I really hope like Sentinel-6B data are going to be used by people all around the world to improve our forecast, whether it's for El Nino, La Nina, or hurricane intensification, or for coastal communities to better plan for the future.
Sentinel-6B is the latest in a long generation of satellite altimeters. Provides really good information about how sea levels are changing now, but also compare them to how they've changed in the past. So we can see exactly how things are evolving over time as Earth changes and our oceans change. So the way that Sentinel-6B measures is it sends a radar signal down to the surface of the ocean and measures how long it takes that signal to get back to the satellite. And from that, we can really get a very accurate measurement of how sea levels are changing locally and on a global scale, down to about a 1-inch accuracy.